another interesting story which is also reeking of problems with corporate governance, and that is the Zee Entertainment story. It appears that Zee Entertainment had withdrawn and guided some of about 2,000 crore rupees from its account to various other accounts. That is, of course, SEBI's finding. It has found irregularities. It's found irregularities to the tune of about 2,000 crore rupees, which is currently missing from its own accounts. Now, this comes, of course, days after we heard that the merger between Zee and Sony has fallen through the cracks. Then came back the news yesterday that they may be still talking about that merger. A day after that, all's not looking too well for Zee.
And in fact, a day after the news came that there could be a last-ditch attempt, quote unquote, to revive the merger talks, the Zee-Sony, the $10 billion Zee-Sony merger, which was in the works for, bear in mind, 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. And finally, after it fell through, it seemed like all was over, and suddenly news erupts that there could be a last-ditch attempt. 24 hours ago, we hear that news, and then, as soon as the news came, it went away because you had Zee coming out and denying the fact that there is no such attempt being made to revive this merger. It's over and done with. And meanwhile, you had the Zee stock also hitting the upper circuit in trading session yesterday. So a lot has transpired in the last 24 hours, and if we thought that this saga is ending with that, it looks like it doesn't, because there's new headline every day. And bear in mind, the SEBI investigation has been going on for several months over here. This is the latest finding of the SEBI investigation. The top management, everybody from Mr. Subhash Chandra to Mr. Puneet Goenka, have been called by the SEBI to explain where exactly this 2,000 crore rupees have gone. For now, we'll have to wait and watch what exactly is going to be the response from Zee. How are they going to justify 2,000 crore rupees missing from their books? Because this, even if there was a last-ditch attempt, this kind of news coming in from SEBI would have derailed that last-ditch attempt to revive that merger with Sony again. So, things not looking very bright for Zee individually on its own, or for any chances of its merger to be revived and pushed through with Sony.
Why this 2,000 crore rupee number is staggering at the moment is not because there have been allegations made, because these are not fresh allegations, come to think of it. There were allegations of diversion of funds just last year, around August or October, if my memory serves me right. There was a SEBI order barring Puneet Goenka from holding any managerial position, management position in any merged entity or any entity which is listed in the BOS's, post which the Goenka family challenged that order with SAT, and SAT nullified that order. But that seemed to have bothered Sony quite a bit. The Japs were not okay with the fact that the names of their prospective CEO was brought to the ground and through the mud.
Right, and Zee was standing firm, digging its heels, saying that as far as the management, top management, the person managing the new merged entity is concerned, is going to be Mr. Puneet Goenka, is going to be from Zee. And clearly that was a huge bone of contention, and probably the fundamental bone of contention that led to the merger talks even falling through. But then again, even if it had gone through, Shweta, sitting here today on the 21st of February with this news latest coming in, that remember, this was 2,000 crore rupees was not the first estimated sum. The first estimated sum was lesser.
Way lesser, 800 to 1,000 crore rupees.
And now it's double that. It's double of that. So this wouldn't have definitely not looked good on Zee. I'm just thinking, sitting here wondering, what would Sony have done had merger talks gone through? They had arrived at some kind of a compromise, and then finally this watershed of a development from SEBI comes, the shocker from SEBI comes, that it's not 800 crore rupees, it's not 1,000 crore rupees that's missing from Zee's books, it's 2,000 crore rupees that's missing from Zee's books, and more importantly, the kind of results that Zee has been putting out in the recent past have not been auguring well for the company either. So I'm just thinking that Sony should be considering itself maybe we just
got lucky.
Maybe,
missed the bus, got lucky.
You missed the bus, got lucky, or just escaped a bullet.
Absolutely, escaped a bullet. At least that is what initial suggestion would be from that big news item coming in from SEBI at this point in time, where they have found about 2,000 crore rupees missing from Zee Entertainment's books.